Hi guys, and welcome back to Reed's Readers with your host, Clint Reed. And today I'm going to do another tag. Now, I'm going to be doing, I don't know if I got the exact name of the tag right, but I'm going to do the book title, name of book, book name, title, tag, where you spell out your name with book titles or book authors. I decided to do book titles, which got even more entertaining as I went through my own personal collection, and I tried to come up with a group of books, 9 books actually, to spell out my name, and I feel like they all each kind of, there's a couple in this that I still have not read, but matter of fact, I think there's only 2 in here that I've read, but that I feel like simplify me as a person, if that makes sense. Thought it'd be entertaining to spell out my name and book titles. I've been seeing this going around on YouTube. I haven't been able to find the original, so if I can, I'll link it down below. If not, oh well, if you created this, thank you. It's a brilliant idea. Love you for it. But hey, like I said, thought I'd spell out my name. Well, everyone knows my name is Clint Reed. Reed, like you read a book. My last name is very much sitting right here. So let's get into this book tag. For the letter C, I chose Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, which is a book from within one of her other books called Fangirl, which I still need to check out. This is still one of my all-time favorite books. Let's just state basically how this was pitched to me was Harry Potter fanfic if Harry and Draco got together and Draco was a sexy-ass vampire and Harry sucked at being a chosen one. Like, do I need to say any more? Who isn't a fan of Drarry? Simon and Baz, though, like, they just sexy as hell. And we're also getting a sequel to this in 2020. Oh, I'm just going to eat it up. But yeah, I chose Carry On for my number 1. If you have not read Carry On, you haven't lived. If you're going to read Carry On, though, read it as if it was fan fiction. Because in her world, a fangirl, the main character in Fangirl, apparently wrote this based off that world's Harry Potter. That's why they kind of pitch it as Harry Potter. So there is C. Now, L, I chose from one of my all-time favorite series. Matter of fact, this is actually the spin-off series with all the same characters, just a continuation series. I chose Love. I chose the House of Night Otherworld series. Loved. Book 1 loved. PC cast and Kristen cast. All I gotta say is the House of Night series. Vampires. Finishing school in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And one of her best friends is gay. I was sold. Ugh. From Oklahoma, I'm sold for any book that has to do with my home state. Like, it's very rare that we get a lot of Oklahoma. Like, it's very rare for us to get Oklahoma state books. I'm currently in the middle of reading The Outsiders. Ooh, that glare. By S.E. Hinton, which takes place in Oklahoma. First time reading that. But yeah, like I said, Tulsa finishing school, vampires, death, and the Greek goddess Nyx of night. I was sold. There's my L. If you haven't checked out House of Night, you haven't lived. L. You don't say. Okay. For I, excuse me. I chose a book that a friend of mine introduced me to. I borrowed her copy. The minute I finished it, we happened to be walking around Goodwill, and they happened to just wheel past, and I was like, is that the book I think that is? Grabbed and we bought for $2. And that is Interred with Their Bones. Ooh, that glare though. Interred with Their Bones by Jennifer Lee Carroll. Basically, in a shortening way, all I gotta say is Da Vinci Code meets William Shakespeare with a female lead. Who's the main character's name? Kate Stanley. This is basically about Kate Stanley and her journey to hunt down Shakespeare's mysterious last play that was apparently put on at the Globe. Yes, at the famous Globe that burned down. It's the missing play, yada, yada, yada. If you love Da Vinci Code and you love William Shakespeare, this is to die for. I loved this so much more than Da Vinci Code. I have the sequel over there. I just haven't had a chance to get to it yet, but I plan on it. And I love this blurb on the back. The evil that men do lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. Mystery, William Shakespeare, Da Vinci Code-esque, Interred with Their Bones. Check it out. Now, for the first book on this list that I have not read, but I've read quite a few books in this series, but I've never read the series in entirety, so I thought I would check it out. And what I chose for N was Naked in Death by J.D. Robbs, aka Nora Roberts. This is her futuristic sci-fi mystery novel. It takes place in the future with a police lieutenant by the name of Detective Eve Dallas, which I love that character. She is amazing. I did not know all of the In Death books went together until I read like 4 of them, and I was like, oh, these all have the same character. Ooh, they're all standalones. Ooh, this is cool. Blah, 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 blah. Found out that every last book by J.D. Robb is in the same series. Like, girl, that's like almost 50 books. But I've never read the starting book, so I picked it up a few months ago, and I might pick it up next month when we get outside this LGBT Pride Month, which hope you guys are having fun. But yeah, Naked in Death, if you love mysteries, sci-fi, futuristic, dystopian, almost, well, not quite dystopian, backtrack my words. Check it out. I will. For T, I chose a YA novel that is actually starting to make its rounds recently. I discovered this book, I think, sometime last year, like a couple of days after it was published. When did it get published? I don't know. Apparently it was early last year that I discovered this, because it was published in 2016. The 3rd book comes out this year, and this is going to be a quartet, and I so can't wait, because these books keep me on the edge of my seat, and that is 3 Dark Crowns by Kendar Blake. This story follows 3 sisters, Arisano, Marabella, and Catherine, who are triplets, who their destiny is for them to fight to the death, because only one can survive and be queen. I like the blurb on the back. Three dark queens are born in a glen. Sweet little triplets will never be friends. Three dark sisters, all fair to be seen, two to devour and one to be queen. I still want to know who's going to win and who's going to be in the end. I'm still rooting for my girl Aristotle, however you pronounce it. But I'm also rooting for Marabella. As long as Catherine don't get it, I'm sorry. I don't side with Catherine. My bad. But yeah, it's about three girls. One's a naturalist who basically can summon an animal and does things with plants and stuff. Then you got an elementalist who summons the elements and the weather. And then you've got a poisoner who is immune to poisons. What can I say? Three girls fighting to the death. One to be queen. You know this, queens. Always rooting for another queen. Hello. That was for T. Well, there you've got Clint. Carry on, loved, interred with their bones, naked in death, and three dark crowns. Now let's get on to my last name, because I thought it'd be interesting to do my first name and my last, because they're so short. I could have carried on with Clinton, but I didn't really have any O's that stood out to me. Because I wanted to go based off of my own collection. But if y'all have any other suggestions, if you think you know who I am, or have any book suggestions, oh, I didn't even think about it. Outsiders. I could have done the Outsiders for O. But if y'all have any suggestions for a letter O and another N that you think could simplify me as a person, put them down below. And who knows, I may just make Clinton instead of Clint. Now on to my last name, Reed. For R, I chose one of my favorite book series that I read this a while back. I am so into mythology, Greek, Roman, Egyptian, Vikings, you name it. If it's a myth, I'm down. When I found out Rick Riordan was coming out with an Egyptian series, I was like, wait, what? Percy Jackson, but with Egyptians? Yes, please. Yes, God. Yes. So, for R, I chose the Red Pyramid, which, just saying, the original cover is gorgeous. The remakes, I'm sorry, don't stand to the original. They're pretty and all, but I will always side with my originals. Just saying. Basically, this follows two siblings, Carter and Sadie, who basically, after their mother dies, they're pretty much near strangers. Sadie's lived with her grandparents. Carter's traveled the world with their brilliant Egyptologist father, Julius. But they basically end up finding out that they're magicians. And they end up unleashing Set, the god of evil. And they basically gotta help save the world. Middle grade book, Egyptian mythology. Rick Riordan. Amazing. R. Now, for E, I had lots of choices. But I decided on this one that I got last year at SoonerCon when I met the author, Dennis McDonald, who, he's just fabulous, by the way. He is nice, he is kind, he signed this copy. This is an independently published book, and it kind of drew my eye because I've been in the mood for some type of horror type novel, but every time I get around to it, I never get to do it. So with BookTube this year for around October, I plan on reading this as one of my books and giving a full in-depth reading. The book is Ebon Moon by Dennis McDonald, which is signed. Oh, you can't see that glare. He is signed by the author because he's amazing. This is a werewolf novel, but not your typical, oh, my boyfriend's a werewolf, let's fall in love because he could turn into a gigantic dog and I just love the hair. No, this is a werewolf, as you can see on the cover, can rip your throat out, chew down, and have a dinner. I'm all down for some realistic, gruesome slice and dice werewolves. Listen. Seeking to escape her psychopath husband, Jessica Lobato flees Chicago with her 5-year-old daughter, Megan, reaching the small town of Hope Springs, Oklahoma. Again, a book set in my home state? Definitely down. They rent a trailer house out in the country and they think they are finally safe. However, this small town has a very dark secret, one that emerges when the moon is full. Other than that, I don't want to know too much going into this. So can't wait to get to it this October, hopefully, and give myself a real fright. Ebon Moon. Werewolves, Oklahoma. As you can tell, vampires in Oklahoma. Vampires in Oklahoma. Werewolves in Oklahoma. I had to go on this list. Everyone knows. Everyone knows I'm a huge fan of my wolves. Sorry. See if that'll stand. Yep. For A, I chose one of my favorite standalone, well, it's not really a standalone anymore since they just announced that we're getting a sequel to it, but LGBT books that won the Stonewall Book Award, the Michael E. Prince Award for Elegance, Pura Belle Prix Award, Lamba Literary Awards winner. But if you're looking for a really good, intense LGBT novel that will break your heart, but at the end of the day have you smiling, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire-Sons. I am addicted to this book. Listen, and if you want a really good audiobook to listen with it as you read along, this is perfection. Aristotle and Dante both from different sides of the spectrum, but they're both Hispanic, and they meet and their lives intertwine. I went into this blind, so that's how I feel like everyone should, because this is a type of book that just breaks your heart and has you crying, and then the emotions, and then the love, and just everything about this just makes your life that much more. And you tend to look at life in a different light. But yeah, for A, I chose Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. And last, but not least, the letter D, which I had tons of options for this, I think. I'm going to be really honest, I don't think I did have that many options, but I still chose one of the best books I have read this year, which I still need to read the third one and finish this trilogy out. And by the way, this is the UK paperback that I got from Book Depository. Sorry. I don't like the American cover. It sucks. I don't do covers with girls in pretty little masks that just stand all pretty. The cover has nothing to do with that story. It drives me nuts. But I chose Daughter, Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I'm sorry, this cover is gorgeous. And the other two covers that I got for the other two in the series, hold on, are just as gorgeous. Like, Days of Blood and Starlight, and Dreams of Gods and Monsters. Dreams of Gods and Monsters still gotta finish. Like, they each have something to do with a door. The open doorway, the door knocker on fire, the doorknob, and then you've got, for like the keyhole, birds flying out. I'm all about symbolism. And that was some symbolism that drew me to it. Listen. But yes, Daughter and Smoke and Bone, a friend of mine suggested I check out this series, and I had looked it up and didn't really like the covers, and then I was like, hey, I've been wanting to try Book Depository out, and I saw the British covers, and they just drew me in, where I was like, I have to read. Why do I need to read that book? What is with that book? But let me read the back so that you can get like a little bit of information on it. In general, Carew has managed to keep her two lives in balance. On one hand, she's a 17-year-old art student in Prague. On the other, an errand girl to a monstrous creature who's the closest thing she has to a family. Raised half in our world, half in elsewhere, she has never understood Brimstone's dark work, buying teeth from hunters and murderers, nor how she came into his keeping. She is a secret even to herself, plagued by a sensation that she isn't whole. Now the doors to elsewhere are closing, and Carew must choose between the safety of her human life and the dangers of a war-ravaged world that may hold the answers she always sought. This book basically gives a whole new meaning to angels versus demons. It's all you need to know. Seraphim versus chimeras. Main character has blue hair naturally because she made a wish and her hair went blue and it's now naturally blue. Just stating. High Fantasy by Laini Taylor. If you want something that will make your life complete, anything written by Laini Taylor, which I've got Strange the Dreamer. Once I finish this series, which I may finish the next one next month, just as an audiobook just to finish. I need a new audiobook anyways. But just check it out. Listen to your, just stating, listen to the flaming reader here. You want a good book? Check it out. You haven't lived. Without any of Laini Taylor's beautiful words in your life, listen, check it out. Whether you do the American editions, which I'm kind of thinking about getting the American covers just in hardback, but I really love the British covers. Is that not a gorgeous, like, artwork? Like, come on. Check it out. You won't regret it. But there you go. There's my name. In books, we have Carry On, Loved, Interred with Their Bones, Naked in Death, Three Dark Crowns, The Red Pyramid, Ebon Moon, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, and Daughter, Smoke and Bone. Need I say more? If you like this book, if you like this video, hit that like button. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe. And until next time, guys, remember, reading is what's fundamental. Until next time, bye.